Using AI with people with autism and many other disabilities. This is something that I'm on the front lines of. My friend Rachel, she did not want to be doing that. That was not on the clock. That was not on the schedule. And so she begins to melt down. Rachel loves this Canadian children's show called Whimsy's House. I had ChatGPT come up with something in Whimsy's voice, which actually infuriated Rachel so much that she forgot that she was upset, was able to focus on the tasks, and using AI to come up with these different soft and life skills that Rachel needs to use has become a standard practice. AI could help anybody hone in on that and just use the power of that thing in that person's life in order to start communication. It opens up whole new portals.
I know you've been working on your own book, and I'd love to know where you are in the process and how that experience has been for you.
I'm in the process of maybe my fifth draft, and I've had to take the scalpel and the paper shredder and the leaf blower and everything to those pages in order to keep writing it and rewriting it. So we're in the pre-reading stage as well. The Sparkle Miner has been a wonderful process of figuring out like what it is that I do. How am I able to communicate with nonverbal people with autism and help to find their sparkle and help to lead them on meaningful paths? It is really about just these different like out of the box ways that I have come together to build the Prospector Theater, to build Gemstone Farm, to help people have meaningful lives through meaningful work. Absolutely an incredible process. And so before, like what I do, my process of sparkle mining was very foreign to people because I automatically think of things. I connect dots.
What you're saying is to reverse engineer what you just do intuitively, it's hard.
So like, I know the process that I do, but to say to somebody else, oh, don't worry, just go out and tap your maple. Just don't worry. If you can't figure out like how to follow the storyline, just make a coloring book, because those are the things that I was like actually like physically doing.
You're an artist too, right?
I am. So that was so inaccessible to people. But now with AI, anybody can have the same kind of tools that I have, prompts into the AI, and the AI can help you out with different things. The applications for using AI with people with autism and other, this is something that I'm on the front lines of. And so I'm able to write about and show others how we make it work. And I can give you an example of this that's going to go into the book. Is I have a woman with autism. We run a farmer's market outside my farm gates every Wednesday and Friday. And with autism and many other disabilities, everything is very structured. You can't deviate from what time everything's going to happen. Everything has to happen at a certain, on this day, it was 3:00. We're ready to shut down the farmer's market, and suddenly 3 cars pulled in. And so we could not shut down the farmer's market. But I tell my friend Rachel, we're going to stay open until 3:30. And she begins to have she did not want to be doing that. That was not on the clock. That was not on the schedule. And so she begins to melt down. So I could not have her having a meltdown in front of everybody at the, who has just walked in. It also would have been a meltdown if I said to her, okay, just leave. Because then I'm just, showing that people with disabilities, maybe just, keep them excluded or whatnot. Instead, I just went right into ChatGPT. And I know that Rachel absolutely loves this Canadian like children's show called Whimsy's House. And I know nothing about Whimsy's House because that's not my, I don't watch that. I don't have that channel. And so I had ChatGPT come up with something in Whimsy's voice, helping Rachel to come up with to be able to sit there, be able to continue her job, and use her fingers and wiggle out the stresses and whatnot. But it was completely in Whimsy's voice, in her vernacular, in what she would say on one of her shows, which actually infuriated Rachel so much that she forgot that she was upset about working at the market, was able to continue to work at the market because she had Whimsy's voice there. Rachel was able to focus on the tasks, and using AI to help me with Whimsy to come up with these different soft and life skills that Rachel needs to use has become a standard practice. So that is something that just by learning about that I use the technology in that way. Other people can try that with their own recipe for whatever encounter they're coming into. And it is scalable.
You have a member who you would connect with. Not only was he Entrepreneur of the Year nationwide last year, but he wasn't good in school at all. But he was very smart, and he couldn't get any college. So he tried to get into this one. The woman wouldn't see him. He basically flew there and waited all day and basically begged and said, if you let me in, I'm going to get straight A's and I'm going to be successful. I'm going to support this university. by the grace of God, she, felt sorry for him, let him in. He did get straight A's, and, a few months ago, gave the largest, donation in the history of this particular university. And the reason I bring him up is, not only is he disrupting autism care in the US, he has 50 full-time individuals in Washington State that are developing AI for healthcare. And what he did with his donation was a school of public health focused on autism research. He and his wife both joined, and they are super philanthropic, have a daughter with autism. So I don't think they've heard of what you're talking about. They're using I think, more for, like, optimizing, the expansion from 16, 17 states into others, to assessing, individuals quicker, to providing better care. None of the things they do have anything to do with, pharmaceuticals. It's all early stage interventions that have a significant impact. The problem is the training of
Right.
the individuals, but I am
Of
going
right, of
to
I
connect
would love
you.
to connect with them because it's the teaching of the teachers is really
Yes, that's the key.
what I am great at, and because I've got kind of this, like this dual role, of being creative, but also being, an educator. I know how to teach the teachers to do it, and I believe that now it is scalable the way that I am using this AI, and I do believe it is in a novel way. So, and I develop all of this just from analog ways that I used to do this. So when I would meet someone with nonverbal autism, I've got these different like toy buckets and these treasure tubes, and I would spill out before us all sorts of different just toys, trinkets, little action figures, dolls, things like that represent all kinds of different like interesting things in pop culture and just anything. And then I look to see what that person gravitates toward. So they might pick up a baseball card or a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and just be like fully deep experts on those things. AI helps me, and could help anybody to be able to hone in on that and just use the power of that thing in that person's life in order to just open up communication, start communication. And so it's from these analog ways that I was doing it in the past
Right.
that those would tell me, well, Val, you've got this creative, you're able to like connect these dots and everything else. It's a level playing field right now. We all have this technology with us right now that anybody really can adopt these practices. And so it is the teachers that we need to teach.
And I'm who knows, maybe I'm on the spectrum. My kids think I'm a humanoid robot or something
We all are,
because
Charlie. That's why it's a
yeah,
spectrum. We're
I
everybody's on the spectrum.
I have probably 3,000 hours, invested into AI, and because I can read extremely fast and I type probably 140 words a minute, it's just incredible. I call it a third mind because you connect your intelligence and creativity to the best teacher if you put it in the right role model, and you say, "Hey, I want you to be these 5 people." They think very differently. This is what I think. How would you take that? What do you think? And then you make them argue against each other because I want to learn. And then out of all that comes this new idea that has like, and you go, wow, it's unbelievable.
It opens up whole new portals. And I am also writer. I don't know what to compare it to, maybe, when runners get in the zone or whatnot, but, when I am writing, I absolutely lose time,
Me
and
too. It'll be 7 in the morning. That'll be
yeah,
7 at night.
all of a sudden, yeah, I realize wherever I am, even if I'm sitting out in the woods, right, wherever I am, all of a sudden I realize I come back into my body and I realize I'm freezing cold and the everybody's gone and it's like I have to like I got it because I've lost time because I've just like entered into this.
My wife always knows where I am because I use these German mechanical keyboards, and my wife said it sounds like 1,000 beetles, like screwing about, and if I'm upset or I'm writing like a really, I don't know, dramatic scene, so I'm like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, I love that. That is like the art and theater of the writer. It truly is. And I'm really an old school girl, and so I've got like my favorite pens, my notebooks around me at all times. When you're a writer like that, going back and transcribing what I've written
Right.
and I can't type it with as fast as you can type, not even close. But I love being able to, after I have gone through one of these massive like writing sessions, I guess maybe you would call them, being able to just photograph each page and then load it up into one of my bots. You have to be very, very careful and mindful of it. You can't take it, you have to make sure you keep that journal, but still being able to, and then also like in real time, being able to have one of the bots read what you've just written and then summarize what is it that I've just written. Does this make sense? And how does this fit into the canon of the rest of the things that I've written? It all comes in and it all makes sense.
Since I was 20 years old, I wanted to have a column in a newspaper. And it took me 40 years because I got the first column in 11 years on Market Watch, which is the sister publication of the Wall Street Journal. So I am writing now 3 columns a week. And and what happens every time now, one of my columns hit like 800,000 readers. So
Congratulations.
yeah, I'll get like 30 to 50 emails. I answer them all. But, I have a very like PJ O'Rourke, sarcastic. I like to entertain people and laugh and joke. I have kind of a dark humor about me when I write. The people that I just want to write back and say thank you, if I had like an agent, which I'm working on, that will just automatically send those, but then the 15 that I really have to think and I have to, because I'm writing about financial stuff. So someone will say, hey, I looked at this and is this what you're talking about? Sometimes it'll take me, 20 minutes to answer. And my fear is if I'm getting 200 emails, I can't deal with the volume, but I could get AI to look at all of my, million emails I've written and draft and prepare something that I could then look at. Then I'm editing and not like creating from. So I'm looking how to go from using AI for writing to creating agents. So I hired there's a R360 son-in-law who lives close by. He has a degree in AI, dual degree in AI, like from Duke and a master's at Stanford. So I said, hey, can you come to my house, spend 4 or 5 hours with me? I'd like to hire you. And then I want to develop these 4 agents, but I need you to teach me how to do these things so I can take it to the next level. And the funny thing is, I have 4 kids and they're coming to me now for like how to use AI. It's like, I'm an old, well, my youngest daughter says I'm not old, I'm ancient, but it's been such a
Well, I could see the
relief.
Charlie Garcia LLM, like LLM, and so it would answer a question as you would. And so I
Yeah.
think that if, once we get to trust these agents and these agents that they have got our voice, then it will. And in a way, it makes you eternal.